Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.
Let's get to our favorite part of the show, and I think right now, thanks to 2020 and 2021, the easiest part of the show, Disgrace of the Week. Patty, as always, we start with you.
I'm going to talk about an evolving issue here in Denver, or Aurora, where Mayor Mike Kaufman went on the streets, said he was going on vacation, but actually went and lived as a homeless person for a week. And first of all, I'm glad any mayor is taking any kind of action on this issue. We see the confusion in Denver. You see the spill of homeless individuals around the metro area. Good for him for trying. Maybe he didn't give his message the right way after he came back. Certainly, it wasn't received the way he thought it would be, I think, but he did some investigation. What we need to do now is have a metro-wide discussion. Let's get all the mayors to talk about it. I don't think we need to have them take shelter space, but we need a discussion of what to do to help get rid of this problem across the metro area.
David.
On Tuesday, Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser sent a letter to the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, and the Secretary of the Army stating the District of Columbia government has not requested personnel from any other federal law enforcement agencies. And as she explained, she didn't like the presence of federal law enforcement during the district's riots in 2020. I think in retrospect, her approach was a mistake.
Penn, we go to you for your Disgrace of the Week.
You know, it has to be the Trump, Cruz, Hawley cabal and their riotous sycophants and followers. We thought COVID was going to bring about a new normal. Their activities this week are going to bring about a new normal that'll reverberate for decades.
Marianne, we go to you.
My Disgrace of the Week, I can't pick anybody else but President Trump, who unleashed a violent mob on the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, and if congressional Democrats get their way, the first president of the United States to be impeached twice. We may not have seen the end of Donald Trump as a media personality, but we probably have seen the end of Donald Trump as a politician.
Time to say something nice about somebody. A little bit bigger challenge right now. Patty.
If Donald Trump ever was a politician. Dominion Voting Systems, which just today filed a lawsuit against Sidney Powell, the alleged attorney for a while of Donald Trump, who had been passing some of the worst, already debunked rumors about voters fraud. This company is Denver-based. They had all the Georgia equipment. They are used in over 60 out of Colorado's counties. They were hired by Wayne Williams, a Republican. They do not deserve the bad rap they've gotten.
David.
Today is the 90th birthday of my mother, Dolores Copel. Back in 1952, when she was a student at the University of Colorado, the school made it pretty clear that women were okay for undergraduates, but they didn't want them in the law school. So she went to the University of Denver instead, finished at the top of her class, and went on to a very distinguished legal career, one of the very few women lawyers in Colorado at the time. And she set a good example for lots of people, including me, about not letting people's social expectations or prejudices stop you from being yourself and following your own path. John Quincy Adams had the good luck to be the son of a brilliant and outspoken Abigail Adams, and it's been a blessing for me to also have such a mother.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Copel. Is a devoted viewer, and we're all big fans, so happy birthday. Penn, we go to you next.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Copel also. You know, it is rare that you see profiles in courage, but I want to single out someone who I didn't vote for when I had the chance, but my esteem for him continues to rise. I thought Mitt Romney was wonderful in terms of his speech on the floor, talking about the duty of elected officials to tell people the truth. It seems simple, it seems passé, but his entire speech just struck to the core of what's wrong with our country, and hopefully we'll see him in the future.
And Marianne, we go to you for Say Something Nice.
A big tip to all of the journalists, but I want to especially salute the photojournalists who have been keeping track of everything that happened in Washington on Wednesday. There's been some very horrific stories that have come out, but none more, I think, than a New York Times photographer whose credentials were ripped off of her, and then when the police saw her, they pointed guns at her, and she said, "I'm a journalist, I'm a photographer." And finally, fellow photographers came up to her defense and she wound up having a much better day than could have happened. A salute to all of them who have continued to keep us informed at a great risk to their own safety.
And I'll very quickly add a birthday greeting and say something nice about our studio producer, Adrian Eatman. He has a big birthday coming up on Monday, so happy birthday, Adrian. It's a good weekend for birthdays.